is trusting in you. Have I not learned this lesson the hard way? Oh, excuse me. I was lost in thought. You probably wonder who I am and what I do. My name is Elkanah. I was born some 50 years ago in Egypt, the son of slaves, and later a slave myself. I'm one of the 3 sons of Korah. Our father was a privileged Levite, an assistant to the priest. In fact, he was the first cousin of Moses. Some time ago, our nation witnessed the most wonderful thing you could ever imagine. Liberation from Egypt by the hand of Jehovah. Freedom. Passage through the Red Sea. Jehovah used Moses in a mighty way to bring us that far. Just after the Exodus, Jehovah spoke to us through Moses, saying, "If you will strictly obey my voice and will indeed keep my covenant, then you will certainly become my special property out of all other peoples." We had no difficulty in answering unanimously. All that Jehovah has spoken, we are willing to do. Little did we know then that real challenges were awaiting us during our wilderness trek. My family has just recovered from a great tragedy. It tested our loyalty to Jehovah, our respect for his authority, and our attitude toward his appointed men. It also forced me and my 2 brothers to take a stand. Would we let our loyalty to our family and friends take precedence over our loyalty to Jehovah? But please excuse me for getting ahead of myself. I'd like you to see for yourselves certain recent events, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I don't like the way you speak. You're a Levite, like us, our cousin. You know that Jehovah appointed Moses and Aaron, and that Moses is actually Jehovah's choice to lead our nation into the promised land.
But Elkanah, as Korah, my uncle, has repeatedly stressed, the whole assembly are all of them holy. Why should Moses and Aaron lift themselves up above the congregation of Jehovah? Has not Korah himself worshipped Jehovah for many years, even under the hardship of slavery in Egypt?
And he was privileged to witness the miraculous deliverance of our nation through the Red Sea by the hand of Moses. Our father Korah even lifted up his voice in song, praising Jehovah for having destroyed the Egyptian pursuers in the very same sea.
And don't forget that your father proved his loyalty to Jehovah when he shared in executing God's judgment against the calf-worshipping Israelites at Mount Sinai.
I still remember how our father, along with the rest, in obedience to Jehovah, passed through the camp of Israel and killed 3,000 idolaters with the sword. But now...
That's exactly my point. Would you call such a tested and true Levite a rebel? A person disloyal to Jehovah? Korah is only trying to be balanced, reasonable.
I have to disagree with you, Hamzai. Everybody who knows Moses will agree that he is by far the meekest of all men.
And we have seen how Moses always asks for Jehovah's direction, and then just obediently follows through.
So, Hamzai, whose will is actually carried out? That of Moses or that of Jehovah?
Supposedly Jehovah's will. But
that is the real issue. In the first place, it was Jehovah who appointed Moses in order to glorify his own holy name before Pharaoh and to lead us away from slavery in Egypt to freedom in the promised land.
We all know that Moses was reluctant at first when Jehovah asked him to speak to Pharaoh.
That's true. If I remember correctly, Moses said that he wasn't a fluent speaker, that he was slow of mouth and slow of tongue.
He even asked Jehovah if someone else could be save our people. It was then that Jehovah appointed his brother Aaron as a mount to Moses.
Is it not clear then, Amzai, that neither Moses nor Aaron have arbitrarily lifted themselves up above the congregation? If anyone objects to their authority, even someone who in the past has been faithful and loyal, whose authority do you think he is actually challenging?
Well, I know I have to say Jehovah's authority. However, in my eyes, Moses' leadership is a failure. Why aren't we in the promised land yet? And would you claim that Moses and Aaron are always right? Don't they make mistakes?
Of course they do. They're imperfect men, just like the rest of us. Jehovah surely is more aware of their mistakes than we are.
Like when Moses got married to that Cushite woman. It's a disgrace that we're led by a man whose wife is not even a daughter of Abraham.
Yes, but Zipporah worships Jehovah the same as we do. And remember what happened when Miriam and Aaron began to speak against Moses on account of his wife.
Yes, but don't you think that it was reasonable for them to ask if it was just by Moses alone that Jehovah had spoken? Was it not by Miriam and Aaron also that he had spoken?
Jehovah was listening, Amzai, and he immediately made known his view of matters. God said about Moses, he is being entrusted with all my house. Mouth to mouth I speak to him. Then Jehovah pointedly asked Miriam and Aaron, why then did you not fear to speak against my servant, against Moses?
And for her rebellion, Miriam was struck with leprosy for 7 days. Remember, we couldn't pull away until she recovered and was able to come back into the camp.
Aaron had to admit that turning against Jehovah's appointed one was a sin, a foolish act. He learned a very important lesson. I wish our Father would learn the same lesson.
Anyway, that was in the past. There is something about you three that I don't understand. How can you side with Moses against your own father who gave you life? The law specifically says that you should honor your father. I would expect you to be loyal and support your father, at least out of respect for him.
Amzai, make no mistake about it. This is not easy for us. We love our Father, but we are not blind.
And it's heartrending to see him follow a stubborn course of opposition to Jehovah.
But it's not just a question of taking sides with mere men, be it our father, or Moses, or Aaron. We simply want to remain faithful to the one who appointed Moses, Jehovah. So the whole matter boils down to, how can I put it?
To loyalty. Loyalty to our father and family, or loyalty to Jehovah. It grieves us to see our father being swayed by what appears to be wrong motives.
Wrong motives? Here's something new. What do you mean, Elkanah?
Of course, I cannot read my father's heart, and in no way would I want to show disrespect for him. But lately, he seems to enjoy all the attention that Dathan and Abiram and on to him. I wonder
Evidently, he is not content with the place our family has in God's arrangement. It's not a small thing to be teachers of Jehovah's law.
And to carry the furniture and utensils of the tabernacle.
Sadly, though, it seems that our father no longer finds satisfaction in serving as an assistant to Aaron and his priestly sons.
What about Dathan, Abiram, and all, who are distinguished leaders of the Reubenites, and those 250 other chieftains, men of fame? They all seem to agree with Korah.
Again, Amzai, you have to think about their possible motives. Could it be that since Reuben was the firstborn of our forefather Jacob, some of these descendants of Reuben's may resent Moses exercising authority over them?
And don't forget that our family camps near the Reubenites. There seems to be considerable interchange of thought between our father and certain prominent men of Reuben. I'm very much afraid that things will soon get out of hand.
Why do you have to be so narrow-minded? Maybe it's time for a change. Change is good. I wonder what you are going to do when it comes to a showdown.
As far as I'm concerned, Amzai, I cherish the honor that's been given to our family, serving Jehovah faithfully according to his arrangement.
I feel the same, cousin. A day in Jehovah's courtyards is better than 1,000 elsewhere. We have chosen to stand at the threshold in the house of our God rather than to move about in the tents of wickedness.
May you have peace, my brothers. Peace to you also, Cora. You came just in time. We were discussing your courage, how you fearlessly resist Moses on a number of issues.
This is the kind of leadership we need. Men like you, who are not intimidated by Moses and his clan.
I have to agree with my brothers. The people are ready for a change.
My brothers, you are right.
It's time to act. What happened to leadership in our nation? I don't believe that Moses enjoys the confidence of the people anymore. Look how often the people have to resort to complaining.
And then, when you think of the appointment of his brother Aaron as high priest,
The next high priest will be half my age. Moses did not even deem me worthy to be the head of our family, the Kohathites. He appointed me like Satan, a man younger than me.
is it just by Moses alone that Jehovah speaks?
Moses obviously delays in bringing us into the land God has promised us. Yet, he says that it's because of the people that God is displeased with us.
How can we be sure that Jehovah does indeed speak through Moses?
Sadly, it seems that my father, Korah, and his associates had decided to question the authority of the ones whom Jehovah had appointed, Moses and Aaron. A new situation would soon afford them opportunity to express their feelings openly. Jehovah directed Moses to send men to spy out the land of Canaan. After 40 days they returned and reported, "We entered into the land in which you sent us out. Nevertheless, we are not able to go up against the people, because they are stronger than we are." And they kept on bringing forth to the sons of Israel a bad report. Then all the assembly raised their voice, and the people continued giving vent to their voice, and weeping all through that night. And all the sons of Israel began to murmur against Moses and Aaron.
Why did we die in the land of Egypt?
Better than to die in this wilderness. No wonder.
Let us appoint ahead, and let us return to Egypt.
The land that we passed through to spy out is a very, very good land. A land that is flowing with milk and honey.
Only against Jehovah do not rebel, and you. Do not you fear the people of the land, for they are bread to us.
Men would lead you to your death. Do not listen to them.
Be of good courage, my brother. Do not condemn God as having to move you by.
Trust in Jehovah to help us, and follow those whom he has appointed to be our leaders, even Moses and Aaron.
My brothers, hear this word of Jehovah. All the while, Jehovah has heard your voice, and he has become indignant, and he says, "How long will this evil assembly have this murmuring that they are carrying on against me? I have heard the murmurings of the sons of Israel that they are murmuring against me. As I live, is the utterance of Jehovah, if I shall not do to you just that way, as you have spoken in my ears, in this wilderness your carcasses will fall. Yes, all your registered ones, of all your number, from 20 years old upward, you who have murmured against me. Not one among these men of this evil generation will see the good land that I swore to give to your fathers, except Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua,
the son of Nun. As for your little ones, of whom you said, plunder they will become, and your sons who today do not know good or bad, these will go in there, and to them I shall give it, and they will take possession of it. Whereas the carcasses of you yourselves will fall in this wilderness.
Entreat Jehovah for us, Moses, that we might be reconciled to him, and that he might permit us to wander no longer in the wilderness, but bestow cities upon us.
We shall go up and fight in accord with all that Jehovah our God has commanded us. Be courageous, men, for we shall go up against the Canaanites. Tomorrow we shall go up. Gather yourselves together, men.
No, my brothers. Jehovah said to me, say to them, you must not go up and fight, because I am not in your midst, that you may not be defeated before your enemies.
Gird on your swords, men. Do not listen to Moses. We will go up against the land, just as Jehovah directed us when he brought us to the borders of Canaan.
Why is it that you are overstepping the order of Jehovah? You will not succeed. Do not go up, because Jehovah is not in your midst, that you may not be defeated before your enemies. For the Amalekites and the Canaanites are there before you, and you are certain to fall by the sword, because for the reason that you turned back from following Jehovah, Jehovah will not continue with you.
However, they presumed to go up to the top of the mountain. But the ark of Jehovah's covenant and Moses did not move away from the midst of the camp. Then the Amalekites and the Canaanites who were dwelling in that mountain came on down and began striking them and went scattering them as far as Hormah. How far my father and the rest had drawn away from the true God, although they were making great professions of faith in Jehovah. Their murmuring and fault-finding with Jehovah's appointed servants would eventually bring them into open opposition to Jehovah. As you can imagine, our family went through a lot of agony because of my father's course. Some insisted that we had to follow him. After all, he was our own father. Our loyalty was on the line. Soon we would be severely tested.
Our defeat should not in any way be taken as evidence that Jehovah is opposed.
It's because of Moses that we've suffered this defeat.
How can you say that?
Korah said, it is because we have permitted Moses to continue to impose himself and his own will upon the people.
Had you listened to Jehovah's express warning to Moses, you wouldn't have gone up against the Canaanites. You wouldn't have suffered defeat.
It's to our advantage to be our own master and to take to ourselves a new leader.
Appoint a new leader.
Moses has gone too far.
Moses isn't fit to lead the people. Now that we are rejoicing in our deliverance from the indignities we endured under the Egyptians, why should we bear the tyranny of Moses over us?
And allow ourselves to be so deluded by him.
Is this a viewpoint that you men share with my father, Korah?
Everyone knows that we live, move, and act according to Moses' pleasure.
Moses would have us believe that God foretells what concerns us only out of kindness to Moses.
As if we are not all the children of Abraham.
And that God has made Moses alone the author of all the knowledge that we have, and that we must still learn it from him.
It is a very sad thing, my brothers, that we have not acted before this, but have allowed Moses to seek glory for himself.
Amzai, could I speak with you for a moment, please?
As you say, cousin.
Yes, we have followed Moses too
Brothers,
long.
Amzai, why do you keep speaking so bitterly against Moses?
because I'm no longer deceived by his persuasive words. It's his clever speech that has made it possible for him to obtain his authority, under the pretense that he's following God's command. And now, Abijah, he's given the priesthood to Aaron.
How can you speak this way, Amzai? We both have the great privilege of being set apart.
I said, but why his own brother, Aaron? It only gives cause for suspicion on the part of the older men. Are there not others among the Levites who are as well qualified as Aaron? Are there not?
Promote Korah to this office?
Indeed, Eliasaph, then why not? Is not Korah equal to Moses himself?
I hate to say it, but it's obvious that my father is interested only in his own advancement.
Would you sit in judgment of your father, an old man?
Amzai, come, please. Why should we quarrel between ourselves? Is it not a time for us?
It is a time for us to act, and to act quickly, before we suffer another defeat as our valiant men did.
Oh, my cousin. May you have peace, Korah, and peace to you too, my brother.
It's good to see you. Well,
Our brothers are growing restless, Korah. The defeat they've suffered at the hands of the Amalekites and the Canaanites has caused them to weep before Jehovah. But on account of Moses, Jehovah will not listen to their voice.
Moses makes a show of goodness and of compliance with Jehovah's will. He uses persuasion rather than force, and by his secret cunning, he has grown wickedly powerful. And he has exalted Aaron, his brother, in this same way.
Truly spoken.
Now it is proper for the people to punish such men, even while they think their wicked designs are concealed from us.
They should be punished.
Do not permit them to gain strength until there is nothing more left for them to do. You sons of Levi, hear me now. Is Moses able to give us any just cause as to why he has bestowed the priesthood on Aaron and his son?
No, he didn't.
God has determined to bestow that honor on one of the tribe of Levi. Am I not also of the tribe?
A prince of Levi.
Though I would not take upon myself the dignity of this high office, unless it was urged upon me by the people.
Yes, Korah should be our new leader.
On the other hand, if God determined to bestow this honor on the tribe of the firstborn, then someone from Reuben might have it just. And Dathan and Abiram would have it, for they are the oldest men of the tribe of Reuben, and men of fame on account of their great wealth.
There's Moses.
That is enough of you, Moses and Aaron, because the whole assembly are all of them holy, and Jehovah is in their midst. Why then should you lift yourselves up above the congregation of Jehovah?
Oh, Korah, both you and all those with you, these 250 men, the sons of Israel, are chieftains of the assembly, summoned ones of the meeting, men of fame. But in the morning, Jehovah will make known who belongs to him, and who is holy, and who has come near to him. And whoever he may choose will come near to him. Do this. Take fire holders for yourselves, you, Korah, and your entire assembly, and put fire in them, and place incense upon them before Jehovah tomorrow. And it must occur that the man whom Jehovah will choose, he is the Holy One.
It is well. It is well.
Joshua,
Here I am, my lord.
Dathan and Abiram are not presently with this assembly. Go and ask them, please, to come up also, that they may hear the word of Jehovah.
As you say, my lord.
Listen, please, you sons of Levi. Is it such a little thing for you men that the God of Israel has separated you from the assembly of Israel to present you to himself to carry on the service of Jehovah's tabernacle, and to stand before the assembly to minister to them, and that he should bring you and all your brothers, the sons of Levi, with you near, so must you men also try to secure the priesthood. For that reason, you and all your assembly who are gathering together are against Jehovah. As for Aaron, what is he that you men should murmur against him? You are alone, Joshua. Have David and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, come up?
No, my lord. Here is the word of David and Abiram. We are not going to come up. Is it so little a thing that you have brought us up out of a land flowing with milk and honey, to put us to death in the wilderness, that you should also try to play the prince over us to the limit? As it is, you have not brought us into any land flowing with milk and honey, that you may give us an inheritance of field and vineyard. Is it the eyes of those men that you want to pour out? So they said, we are not going to come up.
O Jehovah, do not turn to look at their grain offering. Not one male ass have I taken away from them, nor have I harmed one of them. Korah, you and all your assembly, be present before Jehovah, you and they and Aaron, tomorrow. And take each one his fire holder, and you men must put incense upon them, and present each one his fire holder before Jehovah. 250 fire holders, and you and Aaron each his fire holder. And it must occur that the man whom Jehovah will choose, he is the Holy One.
Let Jehovah choose.
That is enough of you, you sons of Levi.
It pleases my heart greatly, Ansai, to see that you have not joined the Korah. You didn't present yourself before Jehovah at the entrance of the tent of meeting.
I would not present myself as a candidate for the priesthood. Nevertheless, I do not oppose Korah and his assembly of 250 men or their right to do so.
They are awaiting a sign from Jehovah. Moses has not revealed to us what it will be. But I fear that Korah's act of presumptuousness will not go unpunished. Now, Moses will present himself before the tents of David and Abiram, that they too might hear the word of Jehovah.
I will also hear what it is that Moses will say to them. I, for my part, do not deny David and Abiram the right to do what they have done.
But Amzai, they have denied the word of God spoken by Moses.
Does Jehovah speak only by Moses? Are we not also a part of Israel? How do you know that Jehovah does not also speak through Korah and David and Abiram? They're older men too. They came with us out of Egypt. Is not Moses a man just like us?
It would seem, Amzai, that Jehovah is preparing to answer those questions himself. You did not stand up with Korah. How will you stand when Nathan and Abiram are called to account?
Please, Amzai, beware of the rebellious talk of David and Abiram.
Come, here are the tents of the sons of Eliab.
What is it that you would say to us, Moses?
Have you come here to play the prince over us?
Turn aside, please, from before the tents of these wicked men, Korah and David and Abiram, and do not touch anything that belongs to them. that you may not be swept away in all their sins.
Master Elkanah and Abiathar, have you also been taken in by Moses and fear inspiring threats?
You sons of Korah claim to keep the law. Does not the law say honor your father?
Yes, you sons of Korah.
Why are you not with your father now?
That's the fifth of the 10 words of Hiram. The first 3 demand exclusive devotion to Jehovah.
Jehovah himself is still in the midst of Israel. Separate yourselves while there is time.
By this you will know that Jehovah has sent me to do all these deeds, that it is not of my own heart. If it is according to the death of all mankind that these people will die, and with the punishment of all mankind, that punishment will be brought upon them, then it is not Jehovah that has sent me. But if it is something created, that Jehovah will create, and the ground has to open its mouth and swallow them up, and everything that belongs to them.
Outside, please.
And they have to go down alive into Sheol. You will then know for certain that these men have treated Jehovah disrespectfully.
Listen, what is it? It's an earthquake.
So down they went, and all who belonged to them, alive into Sheol. And the earth went covering them over, so that they perished from the midst of the congregation. And a fire came out from Jehovah, and proceeded to consume my father, Korah, and the 250 men offering the incense. These perished in the rebellious talk of Korah. Understand, my family has been greatly affected by these recent events. The same is true of several other families of my fellow Israelites. But I don't want to let inappropriate sorrow obscure the real issues here. Korah, my father, and his accomplices actually rebelled against Jehovah's authority. Their envy, pride, and ambition led them to acts of presumptuousness, and in the end, they brought dishonor upon themselves. My father sought glory for himself, but his glory was short-lived. How glad I am that my brothers and I took the right side of the issue. How could I possibly forget the lessons that I learned from these dramatic events? Respect for those whom Jehovah has appointed shows respect for Jehovah's authority. Also, we should not let friendships or family relationships take priority over our relationship with Jehovah and our obedience to Him. Successful direction for us ultimately comes from Jehovah, and we should put implicit trust in His choices of appointed ones. This shows that we have deep respect for His authority. Jehovah's expressions of loving kindness I will sing about even to time and end. For generation after generation, I shall make your faithfulness known with my mouth.
We enjoyed that dramatic presentation very much. We thank the director, Brother Bailey, and all those who worked so hard to present it at this convention. What are some of the lessons that we can learn from this drama and the Bible account on which it is based? How can we make practical application of such lessons today? To answer these questions, we invite all to pay close attention to the next part of the program, where the Larry Bailey of the Yukon, Oklahoma congregation will present the talk entitled, Loyally Submit to Godly Authority. Did you notice anything missing from the four scenes of the drama that you just saw and heard? Where was the modern day scene? You know, one that applies everything to ourselves? Don't get excited or nervous. You didn't miss anything because there wasn't a modern day scene. However, you might consider this talk scene 5. The modern day application. The drama that you just saw showed us a rebellion by Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, a test of the loyalty of their very lives. What were some of the things that they failed in? Well, notice there's 6 areas that these men failed in their loyalty to Jehovah. The first area, they were not loyally supporting their God Jehovah and his authority. Number 2, they let pride, ambition, and jealousy get the best of them. Number 3, they focused on the imperfections of those appointed by Jehovah. Fourth area they failed in is they developed a complaining spirit and attitude. Number 5, they became dissatisfied with their privileges of service. And then the 6th area was that they let family ties and loyalties take precedence over their loyalty to Jehovah. These same issues should be of concern to us today. Why? Because the rebellious spirit of Korah, sad to say, continues to live on in the modern day congregation. In some congregations, it is still there. That's why the Bible writer Jude warned about the rebellious talk of Korah in Jude 8 and Jude 11. Peter also wrote about those that looked down on the lordship. He said there would be ones that would speak abusively of glorious ones. So the question is, how can we avoid this rebellious spirit of Korah and imitate his loyal sons? Well, let's go back to these 6 areas where these men failed in their tests of loyalty and see how we can learn from their mistake, what we can benefit. So what did this drama teach us? Well, the first lesson this drama taught us is that we must be loyal to Jehovah. Our God Jehovah is a loyal God. Psalmist David recognized this. I invite you to turn to Psalm the 18th Psalm, the 25th verse. And notice how Jehovah treats those, or views those that are loyal. In Psalm 18:25, with someone loyal, you will act in loyalty. With the faultless, able-bodied man, you will deal faultlessly. So this being loyal to Jehovah includes being respectful to those that Jehovah has appointed. He's appointed willing, eager shepherds of the flock of God. By showing disrespect for Jehovah's appointed ones, Korah, Dathan, and Abiram, they were opposing more than just men. And if you would turn to the Bible book of Numbers, the 26th chapter, this is where much of this drama came from. And look at the 9th verse, about the middle of the 9th verse, you'll see who These men were really opposing. This, David, Byron, were some of the ones of the assembly who engaged in a struggle against Moses and Aaron in the assembly of Korah. When they engaged in a struggle against Jehovah, it was just as if Jehovah God himself was standing in their midst and he was seeing what they were doing, and they were opposing. You know who was going to win that situation? They definitely lost. They lost their lives with this opposition. Today, speaking abuses to God's appointees or about them shows lack of respect for divinely constituted authority. As mentioned earlier, the Bible writer Jude spoke much about these types of individuals. Notice in Jude 8 what they would be doing, what kind of conduct they would manifest. Jude 8, in like manner, notwithstanding these things, too, including these men too, including in dreams, are defiling the flesh and disregarding lordship and speaking abusively of glorious ones. Now these glorious ones are appointed men leading the congregation. They're imperfect, but yet they are still appointed by Jehovah. And notice what Jude goes on to say in verse 11, where that type of talk would lead them. He goes on to say, too bad for them, because they have gone in the path of Cain. They have rushed into the erroneous course of Balaam for reward, and have perished in the rebellious talk of Korah. So certainly this is a direction we do not want to go. This rebellious talk of Korah is a warning example for us all in the modern day congregation. We must be loyal to Jehovah in word and deed and avoid resisting the decisions of those that are appointed to take the lead. Remember, we do not always know the facts or the circumstances that surround the decision of the older men of the congregation. These men make decisions based on the spiritual condition of the congregation as a whole, even though that decision may go against certain rebellious individuals. Now the second lesson this drama taught us is to beware of pride, ambition, and jealousy. Korah was not content with his service to his God Jehovah and did not want to be an assistant to the Aaronic priesthood. Evidently he coveted the position of high priest that was assigned to Aaron by Jehovah God. Korah dismissed the fact that Moses and Aaron received their appointments from Jehovah. Korah's motives were clearly pride, ambition, and jealousy. The antidote to such destructive motives is love. The Bible says that love does not get puffed up, it does not brag, does not behave indecently, does not look for its own interests. We must not forget that God opposes the haughty ones, but he gives undeserved kindness to the humble ones. So pride, jealousy, and ambition, there's no place in the Christian personality for these traits. The third lesson this drama emphasized and taught us is that imperfections of appointed men are not a legitimate excuse for disregarding their authority. When a brother is in a position of authority, his faults may become readily apparent. Dwelling on those faults can breed disloyalty. To illustrate, let's look at the difference between Korah and David. Korah bore much responsibility. He'd been loyal for many years, but he became an ambitious man. He came to resent the authority of Moses and Aaron, his first cousins. And so, though Moses was the meekest of all men, he began to view his cousin with contemptuous eyes, critical eyes. He likely saw faults in his cousin. Those faults, however, did not justify Korah's disloyalty to Jehovah's organization, and it was a result of that disloyalty to his organization that Korah was destroyed from the midst of the congregation. served under King Saul. Now, King Saul started out as a good king, but later on he became wicked, according to the Scriptures. He wasn't weak, nowhere near it, but he was wicked. David needed faith, endurance, and a lot of ingenuity to be able to survive the jealous attacks of this man. You know, when David had the chance to get revenge or retaliate, he said it was unthinkable from Jehovah's standpoint that he should actually commit a disloyal act against the one that was appointed by Jehovah. So when someone who's taking lead in the Christian congregation today seems to err in judgment, maybe use harsh words with us, or seem to show some sort of favoritism to family and friends, will we complain about them? Perhaps contributing to a critical spirit in the congregation? Or will we move to another congregation? Or worse yet, stop attending meetings as some sort of a protest against those ones? Surely, brothers and sisters, we would not do this. Like David, we'll never allow the faults of other individuals to move us to be disloyal to Jehovah's organization as a whole. We ought to recognize that those overseers have been appointed by Holy Spirit. This fact is brought to us very clearly in Acts, the 20th chapter, the 28th verse. I'd like to invite you to turn to that scripture. That's Acts 20:28. It says, "Pay attention to yourselves and to all the flock, among whom the Holy Spirit has appointed you overseers to shepherd the congregation of God, which he purchased with his blood of his own Son." Holy Spirit appoints these qualified men, and it's Holy Spirit that will remove them if they become disqualified. This is something we must remember. Not recognizing this fact would imply that Jehovah does not know about, is not concerned about, or is not able to handle the deficiencies of these appointed men. Korah did not recognize this truism, that those men were appointed. Yet, he felt that Aaron and Moses in some way had seized a standing below the congregation of equals, where everyone was holy. But yet, he failed to recognize their appointed position. And it was for this that led to his downfall. In other words, he was basically saying to Jehovah, I have a better way. It's me, is the way he felt. Never should we feel so proud that we think our ideas or our ways are better than our God Jehovah's. The fourth thing that this drama taught us was that complaining and murmuring can be spiritually destructive. Though making great professions of faith, Korah and the rest murmured and found fault with Jehovah's appointed servants, and this eventually led them into open opposition, as we've just seen. Criticism and contrary talk are dangerous and can embolden ones to advance to more and more ungodliness, according to 2 Timothy 2:16. Christians are admonished to keep doing all things free of murmurings, according to Philippians 2:14 and 15. And also Jude has a lot of comments about this. He speaks of ungodly men in Jude, the 4th verse. And then in the 16th verse, he says what these ungodly men would be doing. And it says they're described as murmurers and complainers in their lot in life. So certainly this would not be something we would want to engage in and be termed ungodly before our holy God, Jehovah. The fifth lesson that this drama taught us is we need to be content with whatever privileges of service we have. Korah enjoyed 5 privileges of service when he served under Aaron and Moses. He was privileged to see firsthand Jehovah's glory and power. He was there when the Red Sea parted and Israel walked across on dry land. He raised his voice in song when the Egyptians He also recognized that Jehovah would not tolerate rebellion or open opposition. He saw firsthand when Aaron's own sons perished by fire from Jehovah God when they tried to offer incense that was not prescribed by Jehovah. He saw Miriam stricken with leprosy when she challenged Moses' unique position before the congregation. Even Korah loyally supported Moses and Jehovah God when at Mount Sinai they began to involve themselves in calf worship. And Jehovah asked for a showdown. Moses called for a showdown when he said, "Who is on Jehovah's side?" To me, only the Levites, which included Korah, joined Moses against that rebellion. And as a act of loyalty, Moses sent them into the camp to destroy some 3,000 idol worshippers, and Korah supported that. However, whatever loyalty to godly authority Korah may have displayed in his past, it did not last. It appears that unfavorable circumstances got the better of this man. It was too much of a test for him to bear. He was not content with his lot in life and proudly wanted to seize a position that he was not entitled. His sons, however, did not join him in this rebellion. They appreciated what Jehovah had provided them, and they enjoyed their service to Jehovah, and as a result, they continued to live. A long record of service to Jehovah God, such as Korah had, should make each and every one of us, should not make each and every one of us resentful when some younger one has been appointed to a position of oversight or service. Matter of fact, it should make us glad. We should enjoy the fact that we have a younger generation that is willing to take up the service of Jehovah and move it forward in life. We should be overjoyed and not jealous of that fact. The final lesson, the sixth lesson that this drama taught us, is that friendship or family ties should never take precedence over our loyalty to Jehovah. The sons of Korah did not misplace their loyalty, and neither should we. When a dear friend or family member chooses a course that violates Bible principles, how do we react? Sometimes we may feel drawn toward loyalty toward them, to support them and help them. And that's a natural feeling to have, to support those ones, but we should never put our allegiance to them ahead of our loyalty to Jehovah. We should not help a family member or a close family friend who is a wrongdoer conceal a serious sin, nor should we take sides with them against the elders who are trying to help them and readjust their thinking. When there's been a disfellowshipping in the congregation or in our family, loyalty requires that we back up the elders, not trying to second-guess them as to whether there was sufficient evidence for the action taken. Doing so would be disloyalty to Jehovah, to his organization, and to the wrongdoer. Now, as we come to the conclusion of Scene 5, what did we learn? We don't have any orchestrated music to bring up to this, to play in your ears at this, because this is a rather low-budget scene. However, the message that this scene gives us should be music to our ears as to what we learn. And what is it, the overall message? Is that loyalty to Jehovah is rewarded. Truly we do well to imitate the example of the loyal sons of Korah. We have so much to be thankful for in regard to what Jehovah has provided us today. He's provided us His complete Word, and it is so helpful and beneficial for us spiritually in this bedarkened world. He's provided us His Holy Spirit that has given us a faithful and street slave that gives us the proper food at the proper time. That Holy Spirit has also provided us wonderful overseers of the flock of God that is there for our protection, our oversight, content. Korah, however, stands as a warning example to us all, each and every one of us, whether a publisher, an elder, or ministerial servant within the congregation. When things do not go as we expect, how will we react? We must be careful that pride, ambition, and jealousy does not overreach us. Humbly, we should submit to whatever arrangements Jehovah allows to be placed in the congregation, not bristling against those arrangements. Never should we allow tests of integrity to cause us to become complainers and murmurers about our lot in life, and to scheme to seize a position that's really not rightfully ours. Loyally to submit to godly authority, and we will be rewarded. Psalmist David mentions this in the 37th Psalm, the 28th verse, how he will treat his loyal ones. Notice what he says. For Jehovah is a lover of justice, and he will not leave his loyal ones. To time indefinite they will certainly be guarded. But as for the offspring of the wicked ones, they will indeed be cut off. If we remember that humbly serving Jehovah God is a worthwhile, regardless of the circumstances, we can avoid the disastrous course of Korah, and certainly we will remain divinely approved as did his loyal sons.
Moses and the authority that Jehovah God had given him. How did Jehovah view those